Hi everyone, welcome to another video on self-leadership. In this video I want to talk about the quality of presence, the quality of every moment that you live. And it's something we generally forget to recognize, that the quality of our attention and of our awareness of this present moment very much decides how we live our lives and the quality of our lives and the quality of everything we do. So the quality of the present moment is very much about how we are doing what we're doing rather than what we're doing right now. It's the quality of our attention, awareness, intention, presence, that feeds into the activity. Now, whatever activity that may be, it could be just having breakfast, it could be walking down the street, it could be writing, it could be working, it could be speaking to someone, listening to someone. So it's not so much about the action, but the quality of awareness and presence that you have at that very moment. So what does that actually mean? So it's very much about looking at where our attention is when we're doing that activity. For instance, are we thinking about the past, about the future? Are we worrying about something that hasn't happened, or are we regretting something that we've done in the past when we're performing some action? Or are we actually totally present? Are we totally present? So that's one aspect of it, is presence in terms of the mind being fully here and now. The other element is whether we make this present moment into a friend or an enemy. So what do I mean by that? What I mean by that is often we are trying to escape the present moment, especially when the present moment is not the ideal moment of what we imagine it to be. For instance, let's say you're sitting at home, you're alone, and you feel alone and disconnected. And so the first thing that probably comes to your mind is, how do I get out of that feeling? Do I call up a friend? Do I go out and meet people? Do I get your mind busy, watch TV, listen to music? So you're kind of trying to escape that moment because that moment seems not ideal or not comfortable, and so you turn that present moment into an enemy, essentially, because you don't like it. You don't like this present moment, so you're trying to escape it. And this escapism actually happens a lot, and it really deteriorates the quality of our lives, because we are constantly escaping the moment to a better moment, which never really we never really get there. And when we do, it's quite fleeting. It might be a short time where you feel happy and pleasant, that everything is working out. But then as soon as that's gone, then you feel dissatisfied again, and you again are in search for the next pleasant moment. And this becomes like a chronic kind of case of escapism from what is right now, and you're always trying to escape and reach somewhere else. So that's one kind of way we deteriorate the quality of the present moment, by escaping it. Another way we deteriorate the quality of the moment is by actually doing the opposite, by clinging onto it, by holding onto it. It's like, oh wow, this is so great, I want this to last forever, I just want this to be, and I don't want anything else. And you cling onto it, and that itself causes suffering. That itself causes suffering because you're attaching to something which again is fleeting. All sensations, feelings, thoughts are constantly changing, and if we don't become aware of the fact that change is inevitable, and whether you have a pleasant experience or an unpleasant experience, noticing that this impermanence of this moment is just inherent quality of the moment. These concepts are of course in many ancient traditions, in particular Buddhism, talks about attention and awareness and presence through mindfulness practice, which many of you may have come across. And mindfulness practice is a very powerful way to develop the quality of presence by paying attention to the present moment. And often this happens through paying attention to the breath or to the body. And and a formal practice of this is, of course, sitting down and becoming aware of your breath for a few minutes, and noticing the sensation of the breath above the lip, and how it feels, and then scanning the body from head to toe, toe to head, going inside, feeling your energy field, feeling all the sensations you may experience in your body as you scan your body. And this practice trains the mind to become present to here and now. And of course, during these practices, your mind may wander, and that's totally normal. And some meditators, early meditators, think that that's a problem. It's absolutely not. The mind will wander, and the most important aspect of the practice is to just notice that the mind is wandering, and gently, very gently and patiently bringing the attention back to the breath, to the body scan. Of course, that's the formal practice. The informal practice of this is just being aware of your breath and your body wherever you are, whatever you're doing. So you anchor, your breath acts as an anchor to the present moment by bringing your attention back to here and now, and enhancing your presence in whatever you're doing right here, rather than thinking about the past or the future, which is often what the mind loves to do. So we're training the mind to bring attention back to the present moment. We do have weekly mindfulness sessions on Tuesdays at 9 p.m. Sydney time, and Wednesdays 12 p.m. Sydney time. So please feel free to join these, which pretty much is the formal practice of developing that awareness and presence and enhancing the quality of your every moment. And I'll put the links to these below this video. So I guess, we talked about what present moment awareness is, what mindfulness is, and I guess I think the most simplest thing you could do is just bring attention back to the breath and your body. Even if you're busy to do a formal practice, just bringing your attention to the present moment through the breath, through the body awareness, in whatever you're doing, whether you are, talking to someone, listening to someone, performing some task and activity. And sometimes you may even notice some emotions arising, stress or anxiety or worry, thoughts. As soon as you become aware of that, just acknowledge that. You don't need to change it, you don't need to fight it. This is very important aspect of the practice, is non-judgment of your current experience. Essentially accepting what is happening right now without resistance. And as you accept what is happening right now without resistance internally, you don't generate extra resistance within your body. You don't create extra pain and extra suffering of the suffering that may already be there by trying to push it away, escaping it. As I said before, this escapism is actually causing further suffering. Just escapism and clinging on to the present moment. And this is something that was one of the primary discoveries of the Buddha 2,500 years ago, is that craving and aversion is the root of all suffering. And meditation and this technique of bringing breath and body awareness was a technique that was taught by the Buddha 2,500 years ago in the form of Anapana and Vipassana meditation. Of course, there are also retreats. In Australia, there's one in Blackheath. There's the Vipassana Meditation Center, but around the world also, there's 10-day silent retreats, Vipassana retreats that you can access, and you can search that up and find one in your local area as well. Okay, so whether you do the formal or the retreat or not, the very simple thing and the most powerful thing is just any moment in time, and this doesn't require any extra time. It's just bringing your awareness back to the breath, back to the body, and that grounds you in this present moment, anchors you in this present moment, and enhances the quality of your attention, the quality of your presence, and the quality of this very moment. All right, so thank you for listening to this video, and I look forward to see you again very soon.